Sir, your presentation has come up. It is very clear, sir. Carry on, sir.
Okay. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank organizers and principals and respective dignitaries of Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology. So this is my great privilege because they are giving an opportunity to present about Bloom taxonomy and design of learning outcomes. So may I audible?
Yes, sir. Very much, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
audible.
Okay, before that, because my management made me as an NBA coordinator for my college. So I'm taking care of the entire college NBA. So right now, so we have applied renewal for 3 departments. So what management says, if you want to be an NBA coordinator, so you have to undergo some courses. So how to learn something about NBA, what is outcome-based education. So what I did means, so immediately I have taken one courses from NPTEL. So I got 85% because management wants to trust me. So whether I can take or not. So I have got this NBA course. I got 85% of marks. So I have shown to my management at the 2019. Management said yes, because 8 weeks NBA course by NPTEL is very nice. So they have given a lot of opportunity, a lot of information how to frame NBA, and also how to fill the tier 1 and tier 2 process, what Washington Accords, everything they have taught very nicely. Under that test, I have appeared test, I got the marks. So this is my one thing, because why I'm telling means, so people, young people, and they are working for NBA accredited colleges, okay. But only thing, if you want to learn clear information about NBA, so probably we have to take such a kind of courses from NP, because NPTEL, they're organizing so much of NBA course from IISc, IIT. So better you take such a kind of course. You have to solve some assignments and appear the test, then you come to know what is real NBA. Because now that new education policies, they are completely changed the frameworks. Actually now there is no National Board of Accreditation, they are going to somewhere. Okay, now what is Bloom taxonomy? So we have to thanks Benjamin Bloom, because he's a psychiatrist. He only framed what is higher order thinking in the 1956. He just contributed a lot of things, how to frame the Bloom taxonomies, what are the things we have to understand, what is learning process, everything he only framed actually in 1956. So what is Bloom taxonomy? Stands for classification. Bloom's classifies way of thinking from lower order to higher order thinking. So that classifications, definitely we have to understand what is lower order, how we make it difficult, higher and highest order. So after this 1990, so his student Lorien Anderson, so he framed and revised Bloom taxonomy. He is a student of Bloom actually. So from 1996 to till 1990, they are following one order. After this, they are changing the next order. So we'll see now. From 1996, what are things are there? Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So afterwards, they changed, because this is a noun term. If they suppose change to the verb term actually. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So this is Bloom's, this Anderson. So he is a student of Bloom's actually. He only revised everything. Now we supposed to follow the new Bloom taxonomy, starting from remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So we'll take an example. So remember, understand, apply. So these three is coming for lower order thinking, and remaining creating, evaluating, analyzing, evaluating, and creating, it comes for higher order thinking. So we'll take an example. Because I thanks to people, they have given very nice example. So what is remembering? So they are taking as an example of lemon or lime. So when teacher is teaching to his student about lime, so what are the things he is teaching for some small people or some beginning people means he said the name of botanical names called citrus and lemon, and the shape supposed to be oval and pale yellow. So the what people will say is just remember these are the terminologies, just remembering of these are the terminologies. So okay, what is the next things we go for next level? What is understanding? So remembering the basic terminology about lemon, color and shape, and what is a botanical name. Okay, when you go for understanding, so what is lemon? So lemon is nothing but one kind of acid fruit, citric acid. So this lemon will have the high rich of vitamin C. And why the color shows yellow? So that is also he is supposed to understand what is the reason means the blue one light and difficult to reflect red and green because our eyes cannot see the both lens. That's why it is joint interpret, it becomes yellow. So this is a way the people supposed to understand why lemon, what is the characteristics of lemon, and what is the benefit, what are the items that are available for lemon, why the lemon color shows yellow. So next, the most important point, what is apply? So apply stands for, now I think due to that corona time, the people will use more lemon. So what are the applications of lemon? First thing, so when you take a lemon, you can extract the juice. Juice can used uh, for a drinking purpose, and also it can improve the immune power. Okay, for when somebody may sick, so definitely they want to increase the immune power, they're supposed to go for lemon boiling kind of water they're giving to the people. And most of the other things, lemon can helping for dandruff removal, and some people for a, uh, holistic approach, so they are taking the pills, they're using for lamping also. So these are the applications of lemon. So understanding, so first remembering what they are telling. So what are the terms I want to remember about lemon? The lime is a botanical name, and the shape should be oval and color should be yellow. When you coming for understanding purpose, so it's a citric fruit, it is having more number of seeds. Okay, it is having high rich of vitamin C. When you coming for apply, where we have to apply the lemon property? What is the fourth one? Analyze. So what are the things available? What is the energy level, carbohydrate level, fat level, protein level, vitamins level, mineral levels? So how to deep analyze about the complete properties of lemon? What is the next one? Evaluate. So lemon is a one kind of fruit. What is the equivalent fruit available means we can take orange. So we can, and also we can take the vitamin C medicines. We can evaluate what is the characteristics of lemon, and what is the characteristics of orange, and what is the characteristics of vitamin C tablet. So which are things advantages, which are things we can take. So those kind of evaluate process while comparing with other fruit, we try to know what is the evaluation process. And finally we just move on to create. So by using lemon, now we can create sweet lime or sweet lemons. So while coming for Bloom taxonomy, so remembering part, then we go for understanding part, then we can come for apply part. Third, next we go for analyze part, then we coming for evaluation part, and finally we supposed to create. Okay, so in this category what they are telling means remembering, understanding, apply, it's for lower order thinking, for foundation course, a basic level of course. Next we coming for the fourth one, analyze, evaluate and create, it is coming for higher order for advanced level. So this is called Bloom taxonomy concepts. Okay, welcome. Going to the next part, what is remembering? So the learners is able to recall, restate, remember the learned informations. So what are the catchy word we supposed to use, because when I'm preparing a question paper, I have to understand which kind of audience I'm going to take the question paper first. The second thing, what are the terminologies I'm going to use. Third, what is my Bloom taxonomy level. So I'm thinking about my Bloom taxonomy level to be remembering. Level 1 means, so I supposed to go for remembering kind of words. So recognizing, listing, describing, identifying, retrieving, naming, and locating and finding. So these are the words I supposed to use to frame the question paper. So definitely, because for basic understanding level, so they have to answer. So listing the size, the color of lemon, identify the shape of the lemon, so naming the botanical name of lemon. So something is, so we can ask some such kind of questions. People will recall. So what are the information they supposed to learn, they memorize, they supposed to recall, they reproduce in the answer script. So these are the words is recommended by Bloom taxonomy for remembering kind of things. So remembering is a potential activities and products. So make a story map showing the main events of the story. So if you make one, if you are giving one story, then we can tell to the people, pick out what is the main events of the story. So what are the things you have observed? You can memorize, because some pictures they supposed to show. Identify which are the essential items are present. They'll supposed to memorize, they'll write. So write the list of keywords you know about it. So what are the characters were in the story? So you can understand, you can that Mahabharata and Ramayana. So we can ask, people will preach that Mahabharata and Ramayana, so they'll ask people what are the important characters available, what is the responsibility. So those kind of things, so probably we can ask people, so they'll write the characters from that particular story. What is understanding? Understanding is very clear. The learner grabs the meaning of the information by interpreting and translating what he has learned. So interpretation is most important thing. That's why I think lemon is a fruit, but interpretation, it is a citric fruit, it is having acid and the rich of vitamin C. So what is the inference of the particular property? So these are the words it's recommended by Bloom taxonomy. You try to interpret and find out what is there in the particular thing. So these are the words recommended by Bloom's. So when you write level 2 question paper, because when you make a question paper, so we have to prepare what is our question, what is our COPO mapping, and finally we go for RPTL. RPTL, we have to clearly indicate what kind of level we are asking the question papers. Write in your own words, cut out, illustrate, make the cartoons. So write and perform the play based on the story. So these are the possible understanding or potential activities of the particular product. What is applying? The learners make use the information in the context differ from the one which it was learned. So implementation, I have to carry out what is the executing, using. So these are the familiar terminology that people supposed to use. Apply. So translate, manipulate, illustrate, calculate. So these are the terminology that people supposed to use for apply based. This is called level 3. Construct the model to demonstrate how it works, looks or works. Practice a play, perform for the class, make or write. So these kind of words we supposed to use to analyze, so what a particular product. So probably, so this is called level 3. So level 1, then we just move on to understanding. Level 2, then we just move on to the level 3 apply stage. What is analyze? So we have to analyze each and everything. First to analyze is comparing, differentiate, outline, structuring. So these are the analyze we have to use it, because when I go for analyze things, I come to know what is the actual thing I want to learn from the particular product. So these are the analyze strategies. So I have to each and everything I have to analyze. I have to prove myself. So what are the code or word they supposed to use? Means distinguish, experiment, inspect, examine. So these kind of words the people supposed to use for analyze category. Use Venn diagram, design, design a case study, design a problems. So draw a graph. So these are the possible words we can use about the particular products. And evaluating. So the learners, obviously, it's make the decision based in-depth reflection, criticism, and assessment. So testing, detecting, experimenting, checking. So these are the possibilities for evaluation process. And these are the words is recommended by Bloom's actually. So while taking the things, we have to use debate, investigate, conclusions, verdict, judge. So these are the evaluation process we supposed to use. Next, creating. So be a learner and just learn. I supposed to create a new idea, information, what I have learned previously. This is a final stage of Bloom taxonomy. So I have to design, construct, planning, inventing, and making. So these are the things we supposed to use for Bloom taxonomy. So Bloom taxonomy, they have very clearly given 6 levels they're following actually. So we can go one by one and probably we can reach the goal. So questioning should be used purposefully to achieve the well-defined the goals. This is a Bloom taxonomy. The taxonomy involves all the categories of questions, because when I'm preparing the questions actually is supposed to involve for all type of things. Typically the teacher would vary the level of questions within the single lesson. So usually when you see some of the question papers actually, it should be very flat, just single line questions they supposed to ask. So 5 questions they'll ask single line within one paragraph, they'll complete everything, but we are not able to vary the question papers. But usually what is the recommendation they are telling means, so we have to vary the, as a teacher we're supposed to vary the questions for level of each and everything from the single lesson. And second most important point, so first 3 is a lower order, remaining for higher order. So we have to include lower level of questions, those are the remembering, understanding. So it's a most important thing. When you go for the higher order, actually people suppose use evaluate, analyze, then finally we coming for the creation of all these things. So these are the things recommended by Bloom's actually when you're preparing the question papers. So what is the next thing we have to do? When you go for higher order of question papers, most of the time we suppose encourage the students to think more deeply and as well as critically. And next, we supposed to give the problem solving, encouraging more number of discussions actually, and stimulating the students to seek information on their own. So that's why when you see, because last 20 years I'm in a teaching field actually. So how they're changing the question pattern. Earlier days when I was studying engineering, there is no internal marks, only external marks I have to score. Afterwards, they supposed to introduce for the 10 more questions, remaining big questions. Later on, they try to include the internal marks. Then finally, what they're telling means they have to change the internal mark pattern actually. Because I'm from VTU, from Karnataka University. In Karnataka, what is the thing they are telling means we have 40 marks for internals and 60 marks for external. So this is a pattern we are following. In 40 marks, what they are telling means, and 30 marks we're supposed to go for regular assessment test, and 10 marks it should be an assignment and more innovative thinking and problem solving based. Later on, what our university says means, so instead of giving 10 marks assignments, you go for 20 marks with inclusion of mini projects. So now our syllabus is completely changed. What they're telling, 20 marks you can go for actual assessment test, remaining 20 marks, 10 marks for mini project or outcome based, and 10 marks for assignment based. So you have to accumulate all these things, and finally you can give the marks to the students. So this is a pattern actually we are following. And also our university, what they are telling means, so we have braking system also. So what our braking system says means, so every year they could carry maximum 4 arrears paper. So if it is more than 4 means, definitely they're supposed to get 1 year back. They have to clear their arrears papers. They can join the next year. So what we are understanding the students means, students really they are good actually. So they'll go to next year without any backlogs or arrear. But some of the students, what they will do means, if they are not able to clear, so they have to be stay in the same year. They have to undergo the course and clear it and come for the next year. What I observed in our university, so we are admitting, for example, we are admitting some 60 students for first year. At the end of the day, fourth year, only 30 to 35 students will clear within the minimum stipulated time. So remaining 25 students, so they have to take at least 1 or 2 years time to clear the engineering courses. So this is we are seeing. When I was in Anna University, so they can accumulate arrears till their end. In the end of the year, so they're supposed to write 25 examination, 30 examination. They'll, but here the entire pattern will be changed. So that's why most of the college, what we are feeling means, admission may be 60 or 120, but outcome we are seeing only 70 to 80%. 20% by default they are going to get year back actually. So when we preparing the question papers, so what we have to understand the remembering stage. So these are the possible questions I have taken from internet only. So what they have remembered, they supposed to be answered in the answer script. So this is a way we have to follow for remembering kind of questions. And understanding, so it's completely changed. So what they know, how many items are present, what is the name, who is the inventor, can you name something. This is kind of questions coming for remembering stage. When you're coming for understanding purpose, explain why, can you write in your own words. So these are the terms. How would you explain, can you write in a brief outline, what do you think about the particular thing, what was the main idea, core idea, so can you clarify or not. So this kind of questions is coming for the understanding purpose. So when you go for applying, do you know another instance where, so when you go for apply, and can you group the characteristics of such as, from the information given, can you develop a set of instructions about, what questions would you ask of you. So these are the possible questions for applying. When you go for analyze, which events could not have happened. So usually what are the merits we are asking, and what are the limitations or demerits, or sometimes when you extending the process, what was happened actually, what is the negative factors, what are the things it will influence to affect the systems. So these are the possible questions people might ask for analyzing purpose. Next to go for evaluations, is there any better solution to judge the value, what do you think about this. So these are the possible questions they supposed to ask for evaluating process. And finally create, can you make a design, how many ways can you solve the problems, because usually for every problem we have 2 to 3 solutions. Even I'm from computer science background, so what I'm telling, when we are writing a problem to the people, so people will make different things. Some people they're expecting the faculty supposed to write program, they'll copy, they'll execute. Some people they'll argue with faculty. So they said, sir, why are you using this statement. So for example, the very simple thing, and we computer science students, so we want to do looping process, I can use for loop, while loop, and do while for programming aspects. One of my students, he asked, why should I use looping, I want to use if statement with the go to statement. By using go to also I can do the same kind of mechanisms, I'll get the results. So what is necessary of looping statements, can I do same program by using go to statement with if statement. I said go ahead. Some people they'll ask, so instead of using looping statements, I go for recursive process. By using recursive kind of programming, can I make the design, can I implement, can I test. Yes, it is correct only. But you understand, when you go for recursive process, what are the drawbacks, When you go for looping process, what are the drawbacks? So you have to compare both, evaluate and tell. So evaluation process, obviously it may take for time complexity and space complexity. According to computer science, I'm telling. So time complexity and space complexity and memory utilization. So these are the things people might try in the laboratory, and also they're proving that so this is better than that. And finally they are creating their own way of programming, and they're giving the solution to the faculty. So I'm seeing so many people in my college actually. So they'll come with, they never accept our program. They'll say, no, I don't want this program, I want to write my own program. This program also will give the same answers. So how the Bloom taxonomy will help the course design? Before you can understand the concept, and we have to remember it, apply and evaluate, and finally we have to go for create. So this is called Bloom taxonomy. So whenever I'm writing any question paper, because we are following MBA college, there clearly says when you are preparing the question paper, so you have to make 3 columns. Column number 1, your first column clearly says what is your question. Second column is what is your CO, and third column means whether you can include PO or not, or you just go with a very interesting RPTL. So I'll go, I think the end of slide, I'm just giving one example, and I'll go with the learning outcomes. So the model question paper is given by VTU, sorry, AACT. Is it visible? So this model question paper is given by AACT. You just go to AACT portal, you will get a lot of question papers actually. So what they are telling, how they are preparing the question papers, I'll show an example actually. So these are the question papers given by AACT for model question paper. I'll show some question papers actually. Listen. So model question paper of the particular course, CO, Bloom taxonomy PO, and what is the code? What is the end of the thing? They are telling what is your Bloom taxonomy level, how we are distributing the marks actually, and what is the mark for each outcome. So this is recommended by AACT only. So every question paper, whenever we want to prepare a question paper, every question paper we are supposed to do like this only. It is giving for all the subjects. So you can go to any subject, you can check what is the question papers available, what is the CO level, what is the Bloom taxonomy level, and how it is distributing the marks. So in this question paper, they are telling, so level 2 40%, level 3 is 40%, and level 4 is 20%. The distribution of CO, CO1, CO2, CO3, CO4, CO5, they are telling 20, 20, 20. And some of the question papers, it's given by VTU or that AACT. So level 2, they are telling 35%, level 3 is 40%, and level 4 is, sorry, level 3 40%, and level 4 is 25%. How they distributing the marks? CO1 is 5, CO2 10, 25, and CO4 is coming 50%, and CO5 is coming 10. So likewise, the AACT is given So because we are practicing like that only, when we are preparing the question paper, we supposed to know what is a Bloom taxonomy level, how we are distributing the marks actually, and each and every CO, how much mark we are distributing. So what they're telling means, when you go for introductory courses or foundation courses, we start from here. When you go for advanced courses and foundation knowledge kind of courses, we are coming here. Because we are following outcome based education. So what we are telling means, so every after 5th semester, from 6th semester onwards, we are giving open elective systems. So open elective, they're supposed to take from other branches only. One subject they go for professional electives from one branches, one subjects we have to take from other branches actually. So that other branches they have to take some courses. So, and also what is the next conditions given means, you should not take your own subject for other branches. For example, Java, the people might study in our computer science. In other branches offering the same courses as an open elective, we should not take. So likewise, so they are following this system, because I want to know my professional electives, and also the people supposed to know, the people supposed to understand what is the open elective system. So it starts from 6th semester, one course they have to take, 7th semester, and also they have to take 8th semester. And according to AICTE, so AICTE will say minimum 140 credits. So if you want get remaining 20 credits, for example, extra 20 credits. So our university is offering one more degree. So usually people might clear all 4 years. So they're supposed to get BE of electrical engineering, BE of computer science engineering, BE of mechanical engineering. So remaining 20 credits, what they're telling means, I want a BE honors degree. So our VTU University, especially a technological university, they are offering 2 BE courses. One course is called BE with discipline. Second for BE honors degree. Suppose one student, he wants to get BE honors degree, he has to full remaining 20 credits. So what our university is recommending means, so they have to undergo 10 NPTEL courses. Each course carries 22 marks, 2 credits. So they are supposed to undergo 10 NPTEL courses, which is recommended by our university. Once they complete their 10 NPTEL courses, so 140 plus 120, 160 credits. So they have to appear, they will apply for BE honors degree. Our university will award BE honors degree people, those who are completed 10 NPTEL courses, because this is essential for our university system. So if you want to get BE honors degree, why, what is their thinking means, so your regular stream will work, some of the advanced higher order thinking courses, some of the advanced courses which is not offered by university, so you could take it from NPTEL, you have to undergo and clear the test and show to the university. Likewise, if you take continuous 10 courses every semester, they are telling 2 to 3 course recommendations. So if they undergo 10 courses means, they might get BE honors degree. It is offered by our university. Next, so after completion of this, because we want to learn that what is Bloom taxonomy from 6 stages, after completion of this, how we can write or how we have to create outcomes, learning outcomes. So our approach is entirely different. So earlier approaches are, it's completely teacher-centered approaches. That approach might be converted from student-centered approaches. So teacher-centered approaches is very simple, because when I was engineering, I studied the teacher-centered approaches only. So teachers will give some programs, some inputs, we have to follow it. And very important thing, and some of the courses we like to really study, but what a teacher-centered approach says, we don't have that much expertise in our college. So we are also telling same thing. So we don't have, because they are asking some specialized courses. Usually when you are giving 2 electives, people might ask 3rd or 4th elective. So we don't have sufficient expertise means what we are telling means no, it's not possible. So you can take within the two electives, within the three electives. So this is called thesis centric approaches. Why I'm telling NPTEL means, so there is a lot of suggestions to our university. See, because this college, they're offering these courses, I'm not able to that course or this course, they're giving a lot of representations to our university. That's why university framed one thing: okay, you are studying regular stream, okay, apart from this, take 10 courses from NPTEL. Which are the course you like, you can take. It should be a core domain, you can take, clear it and give it to us. We also recognize you as a BE honors degree. So why we need learning outcomes? So it's first of all, it is necessary to study programs, their course, units, module, student-centric approach, output-oriented approach. So that is the most important thing. So because this approach is a key knowledge and skills student needs to achieve during the learning process, determine the content of the study program. Third one, the learning outcome focus on the requirements of both the discipline and society, preparing the good citizens but the employability. So outcome based, outcome oriented. So obviously it is coming for student centered approaches. Okay, I think most of the people they're taking NPTEL courses. Actually they are undergoing, because usually I'll take every semester 1 or 2 courses. So I literally feel actually when I'm because be a teacher, I'm teaching the subject to the students, even programming subjects also. But when I want to take the NPTEL courses, actually they have 3 streams: one for assignments and protected examinations, then go for the regular examination. So they're giving some programming, they ask us to solve the program within the 1 hour. So that's called outcome based. So students are ready to solve. Actually they come to know what is their level within they're giving 6 programs. Out of 6, how many programs they're supposed to clear? Maybe 3, 2, 4. Some people they might not able to clear also. They tell actually, sir, well, learning from our that question and answer, it's very easy, but when you go for such a kind of NPTEL courses, while solving the problems, we feel little bit difficult. Why means their outcome we come to, because university, some students they might get 80% for examination, but when you go for NPTEL examination, even some students they might not able to clear the test also. They are scaring about to take up the test. We ask personally what is the reason means. The reason is very simple, sir. This we know which are the questions will come, what is the answer, but NPTEL it's very difficult, we don't know which questions will come. While practicing also sometimes we are not able to solve it. So that is called student centered approach, output based. So that is the most important thing for the to design the learning outcomes. So what is the approach we are following for learning outcomes? SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant or result oriented, and time bounded. Specific. So learning outcomes should be specific. That's the most important thing. So you can take an example. Students will take notes from the PowerPoint lecture and stress correlation cracking. But what is a specific says at the end of the lesson? Because some people, I think they are very smart students. After completion of the course, they ask, sir, please share your PPT, please share your notes. I asked you during class time when you have taken or not, they said no, we didn't take. I said why, what is the reason? So that's why every end of the lesson actually students will able to identify 2 causes: stress correlation cracking. Actually measurable. So when you talking about the outcomes, it should be more measurable actually. So you can take the Meadow actually. So what is the learning outcome is not measurable. Students will discover diversity in the meadow by coming face to face with it. But measurable says students will describe at least 12 plant species, 12 animal species found in the meadow actually. So this is should be measurable. First is say time bound. Time is important, and second factor what they're talking means it should be measurable actually. Third one, attainable, whether it should be attained or not. So that is the most important thing. So what they're Example says, during the lesson, students will put into the groups, but during the lesson actually, students will collaborate in the groups of 3 to solve the geometry problems. So it should be attained. Fourth one, relevant or result oriented. So what is the result oriented they're talking about means, you can take this learning outcome. Not relevant means students will get the lesson on using the internet sources. So this is one kind of learning outcome. But what we have to recommend means, it should be relevant result. During the class, students will use the internet to locate 5 reliable sources of information about the Picasso. And finally, it should be time bounded. Students will evaluate the impact of human activity on specific water seeds at the end of the experiments, because that is most important thing. It should be time bound. At the end of the experiment, students will evaluate the impact of human activity on specific water seeds actually. So what the SMART says is very simple thing. We should be more specific. It should be more measurable, more attainable, relevant or result oriented, and time bound. Okay, so you can take an example. At the end of the lesson, students will. So this is a thing. It's coming for time bound. Provide a 1 page of report. It should be measurable. Critic of 1 day. So specific and attainable in the Vietnam War soldiers diary. So it should be relevant. You can take one other examples also. On observing an experiment, students will. After observing experiment, students will. It should be time bound. Hypothesis, measurable as well as specific. The atomic reaction, relevant and attainable for the chemical reaction. So the third examples we are taking actually, after observing various objects, students will. After observing it, the students will. Time bound, relevant, draw the objects, maybe a triangle, square, rectangle, and circle is attainable. So what is a good characteristics of good learning outcomes? So specify the level, criterion, standard of the knowledge, skill or ability, disposition that the learners must demonstrate. Include the conditions under which they should be able to demonstrate their knowledge, skills, ability, and disposition. And contain active verbs using Bloom's taxonomy. Be a measurable, definitely. Avoid double verbs actually, and use a verb like remember, and also difficult understanding. So those kind of things they are telling, please try to avoid it. And how we can create means, they are giving 2 formats. One format say use action verb, object, and modifiers. Or second, they are telling use target, action verb, and modifiers. Okay, we can take an example actually. And remember, what are the key words they are giving? Recite, outline. So what is the example of outcomes? End of the lesson, the students will able to recite the Newton's 3 laws of motions. Understand. So what is the example of learning outcome? By end of the session, the students will able to describe the Newton's 3 laws of the motions to his own words. So own sentences, by understanding, they have to write their own sentences. What is the apply says? End of the lesson, the students will able to calculate the kinetic energy of projectile. Fourth one, analyze. They're telling at the end of the lesson, students will able to differentiate between potential and kinetic energy. Evaluate. End of the lesson, students will able to determine whether using conservation of energy of conservation of momentum would more appreciate for solving dynamics problems. Create. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to design our original homework problems dealing with the principles of conversion energy. So by using different level of Bloom taxonomy, so how we have to write examples of outcomes. So this way, by using this kind of keywords, action verbs, we have to design so based on the Bloom taxonomy. So some of the words usually we should avoid: imagine, understand, appreciate, explore in for learning outcome. realize, discovers, know, compare and see, expose. So these are the words. What they're telling means you try to avoid because it is not measurable, it is not time bound, it is not, because it is not coming in the category of smart actually. And some of the words they are getting. That's why in this tabular column clearly says by using some Bloom taxonomy words, we have to write our learning outcomes, or we have to design our learning outcomes. So by some of the examples we have to take. One learning outcome says students will understand how to use social science databases. This is bad kind, because they are telling this is not up to the, because understand, no, because understand it's very not appropriate word. What is a better way they're telling means students will perform the search in social science abstract that retrieves the relevant items. So this is a better way we have to write learning outcomes. The second one, they're giving an example. Students will be able to search the catalogs. What is a better way we have to rewrite means students will use the catalog to identify a book on their topic. That is one more example they are giving. Students will appreciate the importance of correct citation. The best way what they are telling means students will produce citations in the correct APA format. We'll take another examples also. At the end of the course, I expect students to increase their organization, writing and presentation skill. How we can rewrite like this means at the end of the course, students will be able to produce the professional quality of writing, effective communicate, use of results on their research finding, and analyze to follow the classmates in their oral presentations. So one more examples we can take. Students will learn how to develop a well-designed arguments. But the better way what they're telling means students will identify an issue, develop, because it is coming smart, develop an argumental thesis actually about the issue, locate relevant supporting evidence, analyze the evidence and draw the well support conclusion. So they are giving one more examples also. Students will appreciate diverse the perspectives. Students will demonstrate consideration of divergent perspective in their analyzing of historical events by outlining the key views held by the least of two subgroups. So they are giving most of the examples, because I'm undergo so much universities with so many of examples they are telling. So this is also very nice when the students will understand mean most of the people they are using actually, but they are telling strictly we have to avoid understanding because it is not measurable. Students will describe major theories of democracy. Students will appreciate. They are telling please avoid such a kind of words. Students will identify the characteristics of art from the other cultures. So these are the things, because I am taking from ASCT one course actually. They are telling when we want to write outcome, what they are telling means identify, use. You can see they never use understand, they never use understand, so they never use know. So those kind of it strictly they want to avoid actually. So they clearly says you just go to Bloom taxonomy, you can take which level of outcomes you want to, because which level of course you are teaching, which level of outcomes you want to use actually, you can mention whether it is coming to which category, level 1, level 3, level 5. So likewise they are telling to write outcomes. I think I am taking some of the examples also. Discuss a work of art in engineering actually. Okay, in biology they are giving example. Students will understand the process of DNA, but they are telling list of enzymes involved in DNA replication and they explain their roles. Students will know the scientific process, apply principle of scientific inquiry, differentiate of theory. So likewise they are writing an exam. So I'm taking some US universities outcomes. This is also I'm taking some of the universities. So what they are telling means, so when you want to design, they clearly says please use Bloom taxonomy. By using Bloom taxonomy, you try to use some words on which level of outcomes you want to write. You can right, based on the Bloom taxonomy words. And some of the words they have said, please avoid it actually. So these are the words they're telling, please try to avoid, because this is not measurable, this is not time bound. So better you can avoid and use Bloom taxonomy. You create your own outcomes. So that's all. Thank you. So any doubts, any questions, please feel free to ask actually. And if you have any, if you have a time, please go to model question paper of AICT and just go through it, how they are designing their question paper. So all the subjects are available with us, because sometimes we have some thing which RPTL we have to use, what is the distribution of marks. AICT itself, they are giving model question papers and model curriculum. They are giving clear informations how to use Bloom taxonomy, how to use the Bloom taxonomy distribution of marks. Everything is available. You just go through it actually, you will get idea. Thank you.
Senthil sir,
Can I have a
Yes,
question?
sir.
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, great session, great session.
Can I
My
have
dear participants, if you have any
Thank you, dear
interactions,
sir, for a brilliant session.
Sir, Dr. Senthil Kumaran sir, it's very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Really, we enjoyed a lot from your the presentation, and all the information is very useful for the engineering college. Those are planning for SIR report and the NAAC preparation. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your nice presentation.
great. My dear participants, I kindly request you, if you have any questions, if you wanted to interact with our speaker, Dr. Senthil sir, please unmute and you can speak.
Sir, good afternoon. This is Bhuvana.
Yes,
I have a question, sir. Sir, when we writing outcomes, shall we use two different levels of Bloom's taxonomy verb in one outcome?
No, strictly they're telling two verbs. They don't recommend, madam. They're telling because if you are using two verbs, it may confuse for level 1 level, because I am taking one verb from level 1, one from level 2, me it may confuse. So they're telling please avoid two verbs actually.
Okay. If shall we use say two verbs at the same level, it is advisable, sir. That also not.
No, usually what they're telling, use one action verb. It's they are recommending, madam. If you want some other situations, if you need means you can use it, but they're telling don't use too many verbs. It may create a lot of confusions actually.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear participants,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ashik,
Yes, sir.
when shall we have next session?
Hello, sir. Can I ask a doubt?
Please, ma'am.
Sure,
Please,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Sure.
Sir, this regarding this construction of the learning outcomes. See whether these learning outcomes should be in a order starting from this remembering level till analytical level or the creating level. See, we have 6 levels in the Bloom's taxonomy, right? So remembering, understanding, like that. Suppose
Yes,
in suppose I am constructing a learning outcome for my subject. Say there are 6 course outcomes. Whether these course outcomes should be in a order such that the first course outcome be in the remembering level and the last course outcome should be in a create level. Is there any?
Madam, what they're telling means which kind of course you want to design. So that's why they're telling if it is a lower order thinking or higher order thinking. So first lower order foundation course, most of the outcome is coming for first 3 level. Because I'm preparing one Bloom taxonomy, that learning outcome for first year subjects. First year subject, most of the time it won't come for higher order thinking. So your case, if you want to include all 6, maybe they are not recommending, madam, for Bloom taxonomy.
So that was my query, whether we should include all 6.
No,
That
they
was
are
the
not
query.
recommended because all 6 is coming to one subject. Very difficult to understand by student
Yes, yes,
actually.
it's very difficult, yeah. Then, sir, another thing, whether this should be, say, first course outcome should be in a remembering level, then understanding level, then applying level, like that, or first will be in an applying level, last will be an understanding level. Is it also possible?
No, madam. Actually, we have to go that from triangle things from
No,
lower bottom
yeah,
to upper bottom.
lower order, then higher order.
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Sir,
ma'am,
I have
and thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Please carry on, sir.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Senthil Kumar, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm Shiv Subramanian, but I want to know one thing. How can we correlate learning objectives with the learning attainment at the end of the strategies?
So learning objectives to learning outcomes.
Outcomes.
So learning objectives means as a instructor, you only prepared everything, sir, because when I'm preparing the syllabus, what are the things I'm going to deliver in my lesson plan.